Guys, it's me, Connie B. I wanted to start a new series of videos called Cab Jab. I'm with my trusty steed, Pearline, and we are going to do some learning lessons while we drive the highways and byways of West Texas. Why don't you guys come on in? Come on in. Let's take a ride. Let's start this girl up. Set our air. Get us going. Well, it occurred to me one day that I drive the good old West Texas roads a lot, and I think in my head, like a lot of you guys do, this could be a lesson. I need to talk to somebody. I need to show this to somebody. I need them to hear it. So, guess what? Cab Jab came to life. So I'm going to start recording life lessons as I drive on, and I hope that maybe you guys will find some value to them. You know what I mean? Anyways, I took some notes earlier today on something I wanted to talk about. Let's see. Recently, within the last few years, my husband Jack and I had started a couple of companies. I remember getting to that place of just disgust. It was so miserable. It was a really toxic environment for me in my employment. I started within 3 years. I hopped around to 3 different schools. And I just couldn't take it anymore. Just the way things were headed for me. I'm not saying for everybody else. For me and what I wanted out of life. I started really thinking, what do you want from life? What are you going to do if you want to change careers? Because that was really the only place I was unhappy. How do you customize something you want to change? You know what I mean? So it got me thinking that I wanted to make a career change. But all I've ever known really was teaching and caring for people. You know, it started in my childhood. I was helping my mom care for my brother, and then I kind of took over the parental roles. Most of you know that I was a teenage mother, and I had to take on a caretaker's responsibility really early with my son, Nathan. And from that point on, it just seemed like I got jobs in daycare centers. Once I worked at a fitness club. I know. But I was the babysitter of the people working out. I wasn't no trainer. But yeah, that's a whole nother story. But I was still caretaking. And then I was moving myself up to daycare center, working for $4.25 an hour. And I'm not saying that it's not an important job, but man, it sure is an underpaid job, for your time and effort, and something we all claim to be our most valuable prized possession. And then I got smart and decided I'd go to college and be the glorified babysitter of what's now a teacher. And it was great. I went into a field I loved. I love special education. But then the state I'm in, and it's every state, it's the federal, there's paperwork, documentation, paperwork. The child became a piece of paper and a file. That's your special ed kids, right? Make them all look good. Doctor it up. So I was going home every day, looking at myself in the mirror, thinking, see, I get emotional just thinking about it. Can I live with myself doing this? Can I look in the mirror and do this to children and to parents, and so the school can get funding, like I just couldn't do it anymore. So I decided I'd take the leap of faith and go teach art. I love art. It's in me. I'm an art major in college. That was a horrible mistake. Horrible. By default, do you know where all the kids that can't go to band and choir and symphony and orchestra, anything else go? Stick them in art. Stick them in art. I have PTSD. And I want to tell you guys on a side note, I have not practiced art, done art, looked at art, listened to art since that horrible 7th grade year that I was an art teacher. So then I went back into special education in a whole different city, thinking maybe it would work. It was a little better. But back to the children being a file folder, documentation, and a lot of do a whole bunch of work that don't even matter. And I found myself thinking, I want my work to matter. I want to do something that can make a true difference in somebody's life, just a little bit better. So that led me to thinking, what skill do I have that maybe I could offer somebody that I can still make a living off of, right? Well, I have a lot of caregiving skills. I have a lot of teaching skills. But as far as like maybe a skill that people need, I do now, but at that time I didn't. So I needed a quick jump out, and I made that decision. You're gonna jump. The day I jumped was a better story. So my mom is really sick, real sick, like dying sick, and for like that year was really, really rough. And I had to be gone a lot. I'm still the primary caretaker of my daughter. She was, I want to say 9, 10, 11 at these times, right? And she needs still a lot of attention, So yeah, I did call in a lot. I did. I'm not even going to admit it. But at the time, if you don't go to work, you get docked. It's like you don't get paid, You don't go to work, you don't get paid. Okay, I'm willing to take a pay cut because my priorities are my family. I will never, ever, ever trade my priorities of my family to work somebody else's job, or shoot, even my own job, because my family's always my priority. So the funny thing is I got in trouble. I got put on, I'm a 16-year veteran of school teaching. I'm a inclusion teacher, means I'm the second teacher. So yeah, I'm not saying it's a little bit easier, but it is. It's a little easier if I'm out. They still got their main teacher, right? Okay. And I missed quite a few days. I want to say maybe 20 days that year. And I was getting docked my pay. I did do that. And I got called in the principal's office. I got put on probation. I was reprimanded up and down and up and down. And then I was told that you cannot miss any more days. And I said, I will try. And he said, no, you won't. And I'm like, I can't tell you that. If my mom goes in the ER, if my kid is sick and I have no babysitter, that's just how life is, man. If there's a snowstorm and I'm driving 40 miles one way to get to work, I'm not getting on that interstate and risking my life. There's just some things I'm not going to do. I'm not. So anyways, he proceeded to tell me, Yes, you are. Or you're going to be on this. And something just snapped. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm out of here. But I will do you this favor. I will stay until the end of the year. And I hope you guys have a good one. We're part different. And I left to the classroom. And it was the best feeling. Like, I thought I was going to be upset. I was just like, you did it. You did it. You just did it. You told them, I'm out. I don't want this anymore. It's like when you get rid of something so toxic, you can't even believe how liberating that is for you. I remember I called Jack and I said, I just quit, dude. 16 years, I quit. I'm pulling out my retirement. I don't know what we're going to do, but I know myself. I know my hard work, determination. I don't know what I'm going to do, but we're not even going to feel the ripple of me quitting. I'm done. Within a matter of a few weeks, we decided, you know what? Jack has a skill, a valuable skill. And I have this skill of learning how to do anything within a matter of time. And research. Like, did you know research is a skill? Research is a skill nowadays, not information. Information can be on your fingertips with Google. But knowing how to research something and putting that research into a plan of action, now that's talent that's missing in today's time with a lot of people. But I have that. And Jack has a skill, and man, we did it. Within that summer, he quit his job at the school district. We made a plan of action, and we decided we'd just go mobile with his mechanics. And I set up that whole company. Still going. Our company's still going. We're having to, tweak things here, there, make what the best this. We decided we'd grow really, really big. We couldn't get the quality, I guess, of people versus what our outcome was. We got a shop. We had it going great. The overhead was a lot. We were making way more money with just me and him going mobile than we were with a big shop, paying everybody, paying, and all that overhead. It's just trial and error. So now, this year, we've scaled back, and we had to tweak it a little, like certain jobs here, certain jobs there, but we've made it work. In the meantime, I need a tax write-off. I'll be honest, I need tax write-offs. If you guys have never been corporations, pretty much after everything is said and done, we're giving half our money away to the government. I need some tax write-offs. So I decided to open like some small little businesses selling e-commerce, and we ended up, instead of paying so much, like actually breaking even one year and then just paying a couple $100 next. But it was like the best thing. So then I just soon discovered, man, Connie, you're really good at e-commerce online, man. I never thought I'd be a salesperson. That's really what it is. Let's just call the black horse black, black sheep black. Yeah, well, it is what it is, right? Sales. I never thought I'd do sales. And now I'm taking these classes. I'm getting better in my videos. I'm seeing a whole nother mobile business for myself opening up. Last week, I just want to tell you guys this. Last week, I had somebody come to me and ask me, can you help me? I'm a salesman for this company, and I cannot get LinkedIn. And I'm like, I know LinkedIn. I know LinkedIn from my Octocontent. Yes, I can help you. So in 2 weeks, I think I don't know the date, 27th. So in like 2 weeks, I meet with that dude to get this next little side gig going. I can't even believe how it all multiplies. And all I did was get enough courage to jump. make that jump. You know what I mean? Let me check my notes, because I feel like I'm just rambling, but that's what I'm supposed to do, because this is Cab Jab. Okay, so it's pretty much what I said, because I wanted to do these videos because I love adding value to people's lives. I don't know, I've been told a few people I've been told from a few people that there's something about, like, if I can do it, they can do it. Like, people are starting to see that maybe they can do it too, you know? And that makes me so happy to take somebody that doesn't believe in themselves and encourage them to believe in themselves, you know? Like, I recently on my Facebook, I had put my cover, "Yes, you can." And I really believe that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's all about finding what you really want out of life. What do you really want out of life? That's the hardest step. For me, it wasn't teaching in a day in, day out, day in, day out. Do this, do that, do this, do that. You have your house. You're in your house. You're in your house. I was starting to get really, like, I don't want, maybe depressed. Yeah. Maybe depressed is like questioning myself. This is it? This is it? This is my life? What do I look forward to? TV show? Like, how do people, like, live their best life? You know? Why can't I be one of those people that live my best life? Because that's what I was told. That's why I was brainwashed this whole time. You know? Go to school. Go to college. Get you a good job. Sit there for 25 years. Pull out your whatever. And guess what? You started so young. You're still old enough. Go get another job. I mean, for what? So in the end, my kids have to deal with what I've collected, and but they really don't want. You know, they want, kids today, they want their own stuff. They don't even really want what you want. Now, if you left them a bunch of money, of course they'd want that, but your stuff you're holding on to is, I don't know. It just wasn't for me. It wasn't for me anymore. I really wanted to go mobile. I wanted to design my life where if I could go to Tennessee to see my sisters for a couple weeks, I can just go. And now we can. We'll just go. We'll pick up, go, work some truck stops. We make $1,000, $2,000 a day sitting at a truck stop, fixing people's stuff. You just go hit a truck stop for a couple times, fix some stuff, live. You go wherever you want to go. Live in an RV. You know, you have maybe your house for like a permanent address. You don't even need your house, really, nowadays. I mean, you can customize your own life. Just like Pearline, I dreamt of a very, very nice truck that I could call my own. I talked about having Pearl. I talked about with the law of attraction once I learned it. I went to the car dealership and I sat in Pearline and I told them, this is my truck. It's my truck. It's my truck. I'm probably a running joke around there with my sales guy, Tony. Go see him at the Star. Anyways, I brought my brother, I brought my kids, each one of my kids. I brought Jack, I brought everybody up there. I need that truck, I need that truck, I need that truck, and I'm pretty broke. So I need that truck at a good price. I need a good And you know what? They called me on a Saturday. After about a month of me doing this, they called me on a Saturday And the owner and the salesman and the finance dude said, okay, we know your price, we know your, and you know what? We're going to give you that truck. They gave me this truck. They did. I mean, of course I paid some money, but this is a $70,000 truck. I don't have $70,000 to spend on a truck. They gave me this truck. And that's how the law of attraction works. And now I spend a majority of my time, I want to say 40% of my time is out of this truck. Hauling things, doing things, working. This truck, here's a lot of, you know, if they say, if these walls could talk, if these doors could talk, here's all my inner thoughts, this truck is like the processing brain of myself, you know, which is great. It's great, you know, it's become one of my best friends. That is why I wanted to create Cab Jab. And I say so many good things in this truck that nobody hears. And I'm like, people need to hear it. People need to hear my experience and my wisdom from some of my learning lessons out there. You know, I don't know, even if it's one person, even if this is just a way to, like, you know, back in the day, you'd write your legacy out for your kids, or, oh, I want to, even if it's that, somebody needs to hear what I have to say. So, I hope, and I encourage you to like this video and share it, and come back to my YouTube and watch me on all the social medias that I'm going to be on. And I also want you to have a great day. And what else? By signing off, this is my first video on Cab Jab, so I wanted to say, I hope you customize your life. Remember, you might need a little fine-tuning here and there. And go out there and make a roar. Yeah! Bye-bye now.